Hey everybody, we are continuing our big Devo thoughts by kind of following what we're doing on Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights we're doing a series called The Thread, and we're looking at the story that is found within the Bible, the overall story. Yes, it is stories within the Bible, but we're also looking for the overall story. And so we're early in that process, and we're doing it about 20 weeks. We're gonna do a lightning fast version of this, but we're starting in Genesis, and so that's why some of our devotionals are in Genesis. So let's get to our verse today. Our verse today is Genesis chapter 1, verses 2 through 3. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. You know, there are times that we read the Bible, and if you're like me, we can struggle to understand and wrap my mind around, what did I just read, right? Part of it is, at least sometimes, this is due to the fact that the Bible was written thousands of years ago in a cultural context that's different than ours. And so we have to work to find the central truth of what we're reading and apply it today. But then, sometimes we can be blown away by what we read simply because God is overwhelmingly awesome to our human brains. And I kind of think that's what's happening here in Genesis 1. This is one of those times. Go back and read Genesis chapter 1, verses just 2 and 3. Can you imagine what this is describing? A time before light. What do you think the surface of the deep is describing? I mean, that sounds kind of scary. The Bible describes the Holy Spirit as alive and active, in motion, hovering, existing, being, hovering over the waters. What waters? And then, boom, God says, "Let there be light," and there was light. It's amazing. It's human nature to want to understand things, and sometimes we're not comfortable with the unknown, right? We also like to be in charge. But if you haven't noticed yet, God doesn't really work that way. We can know a ton about God, but we will never understand all of him. And in fact, if we did, what kind of God would that be? He's too awesome for us to completely understand him. And we'll never be in charge of him. He's always above us. And you know what? That's okay. When we read verses like these, it's perfectly okay to be blown away by them. We don't have to have all the answers. It's part of what makes God so majestic and wonderful and mysterious. And in these moments, it's okay to sit back and just marvel at who God is and how amazing his ways are. It's actually a healthy part of knowing and loving God. So today, I want you to do just that, all right? I want you to just be amazed by God. Go to him in prayer and tell him how awesome he is. And then maybe you go outside and you sit somewhere, and I want you just to ponder for a little while and just be amazed by who God is.